Here's Jordan. Did not have the shot. Curved up.
All right, old school NBA fans, self-research, NBA facts. Got another video for you. As always, thanks to anybody who watches my videos, subscribes to my channel. I really appreciate it. In this video here is part 5 of my Scottie Pippen deserved a Finals MVP video series. This is going to be 1997. And I gotta say, after rewatching most of the series, I would say that Scottie Pippen's best series of the second three-peat in the finals. No doubt about that. But again, there's no base to start an argument for Scottie Pippen to get a Finals MVP in 91, 2, 3, 96, and I'm going to make the case in 97 where he didn't. Now, there are moments, though, that Scottie Pippen played pretty well in this series, but then there's moments that he didn't. So I'm just going to get right into it. In Game 1 of the Finals, Utah at Chicago was winning most of the game, pretty much the whole game, really. They were somewhere between 2 and 5 points back and forth the whole game through. And then with about 8 minutes to go, I think it was like 8:20, something like that, Michael Jordan entered the game. He was on the bench for the first 3.5 minutes. And immediately, John Stockton hits a three that puts him up 5 with 8 minutes to go. So in there, Michael Jordan scored 9 points and assisted 7 more points. So of the Bulls' 19 points they scored in the final 8 minutes, Michael Jordan either scored or assisted in 16 of the 19. Michael Jordan missed a free throw that would have put the Bulls up 1. It was tied at 85. He missed that second free throw. Karl Malone missed 2 free throws, but Michael Jordan came down and hit the game winner, as you saw. And if everybody would have done everything perfect, Jordan would have hit 1 free throw, Malone would have hit 2, Utah would have been up 1. When Jordan hit that shot, the Bulls still win by 1 anyway. Game 1 stat sheet. Like I said, Scottie Pippen played good. In that game, Michael Jordan was 13 for 27, 48.1% from the field. 4 rebounds, 8 assists, no steals, 1 block. 5 for 7 from the line, 31 points. A game score of 23.2. So he had a good game. It wasn't a great game, but it was good. Scottie Pippen, 11 for 19, 57.9% from the field. That's really good. 9 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 steals, 4 blocks, 2 of 2 from the line, and 27 points. I would say that he was pretty close to having an equal game to Michael Jordan in Game 1. I would say that. But Jordan maybe has a little bit of a leg up because of the finish that he had, hitting the game winner and all that. So I would say Jordan slightly had a better Game 1. A little bit. Game 2, Bulls are up 1-0. It's 31-29 with 4:32 to go in the half. And this is what happened.
In the lead, albeit very slightly at this time as Karl Malone gets great deep position.
And it brings Utah within 2. Chicago has led from the start. They were up 6-0. They were up 8-1. Very low scoring second quarter. Just looking for his shot. Has not been looking here tonight. Giving up the ball. Jordan able to save it.
What a great rebound, Michael Jordan. Knew exactly where that ball was going the whole way.
Hopper cut off by Stockton. And trying to go glass. Rebound Jordan.
Well, both teams very small right now. Every time for Karl, I think it's in his footwork.
Here's Jordan.
Chicago about the delivery of the mail.
Deliver on Sundays. Jordan putting the moves on. The look away for Pippen.
And as Jordan breaks through the defense and spotted Scottie Pippen way before that, but delivered it right on time.
The Bulls lead 43-30. And Michael is hearing.
Got his tongue hanging down there on the bottom of his chin.
The subject of the most valuable player voting, Karl Malone edging out Michael Jordan, followed by Grant Hill and Tim Hardaway and Glenn Rice. One of the closest votes in history.
Get some freebies at the line. And the amazing thing about these finals,
that's the end of the first half. Mastery by the Chicago Bulls. They lead the Jazz 47-31. Jordan with 20, Malone with just 9.
Yeah, they went on that run, and they were up 16 at half. that game was over pretty much at that point. Jazz came back some, whatever, but the Bulls, just too much for them in that game. That run, when Jordan was on with the rest of the team, it wasn't just Jordan, but he definitely sparked the run. That last 4.5 minutes of the first half, that ended that game. It was over. In game 2, easily Michael Jordan's best game. He just did everything great. I mean, his stat sheet was phenomenal. He was 11 for 20 from the field, 55%. 13 rebounds, 9 assists, 2 steals, no blocks. He shot 15 for 21 from the free throw line. That had a lot to do with it, getting 15 points from the free throw line. 38 points. His game score was 34 even. That's a monster game. Scottie Pippen, not so much. He goes 4 for 13, 30.8% from the field, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, no steals, 2 blocks, 2 for 2 from the line, had 10 points, 7.5 game score. So obviously, Pippen was not on his game in this one, and Jordan was. Jordan definitely was the reason they won this game comfortably. Pippen didn't chip in hardly anything, 10 points, and they still won easily. Yeah, like I said, the Bulls are up 16 at halftime. They cruised to an easy victory in game 2. Game 3, different story. Now we go back to Utah. Utah was up by 16 at halftime themselves, a lot higher scoring. In game 2, the Bulls scored 47 points. They were up 16. In game 3, they scored 45 points at the half. They find themselves down 16. Utah scored 30 more points in the first half in game 3 than they did in game 2. Coming home, momentum, desperate, back against the wall, however you want to word it, it was obvious in game 3. At one point in the third quarter, Utah was up 77-53 with 3:34 to go in the third quarter. Pippen did hit a 3 to cut it to 90-83 with 2:52 to go in the game, but it was a wrap. And Pippen in that game, it's worth noting, was 7 for 11 on three-pointers. He had a really good bounce-back game. He had such a bad game in game 2. He came back with a nice game in game 3. Game 3, Jordan was fair. He wasn't really great. He was okay. 9 for 22 from the field. That's 40.9%. 3 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 steal, 2 blocks, 4 for 5 from the line, 26 points, a game score of 19.9. So yeah, it's okay, but for Jordan standards, yeah, it was probably a little below average. Scottie Pippen, though, had a really good game. He only hit the 7 3-pointers. He was 7 for 11 for 3, and he was 0 for 2 outside of 3. He was 7 for 13 from the field, 53.8%. He had 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, 6 for 9 at the line, 27 points. His game score was 21.8. Jordan just had an okay game, but still, they accounted for 53 points. The rest of the team, they didn't really do so hot. Utah cut it to a 2-1 series. In game 4, the Bulls were up 40-35 at the half. This is a game Utah had to have. At the end of 3, they were tied at 56. Michael Jordan scored the last 6 points of the game for the Bulls. They were up 73-69 with 2:02 to go, and somehow they never scored again and lost this game. Now, there was a chase down block that Jordan had, and it looked very clean. Bill Walton felt the same way, and they called it a foul. Stockton hit the free throws. Utah won the game. They won 78-73. Like I said, Utah scored 9, and the Bulls scored 0 in the last 2 minutes.
Be like robots, Jerry Sloan yelling at his guys. Be aggressive, be assertive, and don't let Michael Jordan get a 6-foot jump shot.
Outside, rebounded by Pippen, and here comes Jordan, chased from the angle. Before puts it away on the breakaway, and the Bulls lead by 5.
Defense on the pick and roll, excellent that time.
Carl's not pushing hard enough. Stockton tries to get it all back with the 3. John Stockton with an enormous shot to bring the Jazz within 2. We approach 2 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. Jordan to the fadeaway. Yes! Michael Jordan gives
gives the Bulls a 73-69 lead. The move on Russell. And lost it for Stockton. Here's John Stockton on the breakaway.
Too close to the basket. You've got to extend from the free throw line and reach. That's a great block.
And what Michael Jordan is complaining about, that John Stockton waves him off. John knows he's in trouble right now. Going to wave off with that left arm, hoping to just get some contact.
So that tied the series at 2-2. Michael Jordan overall did not have a good game at all. It was bad. It was one of his worst finals games he's ever had. Utah had a good strategy, that's for sure. They were keeping Jordan out of the paint in this game, letting him settle for jump shots, contested jump shots. Michael Jordan from the field was 11 for 27, 40.7%. So that's a little bit worse than even Game 3 was. 4 rebounds, 4 assists, no steals, no blocks, no free throws, which was so odd. He didn't even get a single free throw. He was shooting a lot of jump shots, though. 22 points. His game score only 7.7. Scottie Pippen in Game 4 was actually pretty good. He goes 7 for 16, 43.8%, 12 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals, 1 block, 1 for 2 from the line, 16 points, but his game score was 14.3. So he's had 2 of the first 4 games, his game score was higher than Jordan's. Now Game 3 was barely, but still, overall in the first 4 games, Pippen was actually in the neighborhood of Michael Jordan. You could have made a case if it was just games 1 through 4. But unfortunately for Pippen, they played 2 more games, and Jordan really separated himself. Game 5, what can you say? The infamous flu game. Utah was up 29-16 at the end of the first quarter. Jordan was dragging it. He was obviously tired, feeling the effects of all this. Utah was up 36-20 with 9:10 to go in the half. And then Jordan does what Jordan does. And Utah was only up 4 at the half when Jordan got done with them. He had 16 points in the second quarter. And then the fourth quarter, Jordan definitely went legendary, sick, whatever, hits the game-clinching shot at the end, and the Bulls win 88-85. Here you go.
It's the Jazz 29 and the Bulls 16. 1 quarter complete here in Salt Lake City. 15. Michael Jordan is back, putting the move on Chris Mars. Coach posting up. Jordan off the fake. Count. Would have. He'll go to the line for 2.
Not guard on the perimeter.
Career that he went in there. Mistake. Michael Jordan exhausted here in the second quarter.
To Utah, almost so much that they forgot to go to.
Had to carry so much of the load as Hornacek back-to-back horrible turnovers for Utah.
And Jordan puts moves on Hornacek. Good look, Jordan finding Longley. 7:04 remaining in this first half. The Jazz now up 38-31. And a foul as Jordan made his cut. Antoine Paul
Taking the ball in the basket, drawing some fouls. The officials are used to seeing that. And of course, you got the Jazz in the.
His percentage of the points during the season, coming up and in the finals, having to carry that load.
in particular with the way Chicago's offense has dipped. 3-point Jazz lead. And the steal by Jordan. Putting behind the back on Russell. He turned it around and fed it to Pippen. And tipped home by Jordan. What a play by Michael Jordan.
Well, Chicago is in that mode now. Any mistake.
Led by as many. Take the lead. They're in the midst of a 23-8 run. Jordan winning 36-20. 3 minutes. Well, as we wind down in Game 5 and right now in this game number 5 as Michael Jordan cuts it to a 5-point Jazz lead. Points off the bench. Jordan, yes. Jordan fires for 3. Yes. And he's tied the game at 77. Clock at 7. Jordan shooting. Yes. Bulls have missed their last 6 shots. Jordan, yes. There's Jordan. Foul during the season. 10 on the shot clock. Pippen banking Hornacek. Here's Jordan for 3. Yes. Michael Jordan from straight away. He looks like he's a boxer just hanging on along the ropes. Manning the inbounds, and the Chicago Bulls have defeated the Utah Jazz to take a 3-2 lead. They win it 90-88. A courageous, classic performance by the flu-ridden Michael Jordan.
So Michael Jordan, sick, food poisoning, whatever it was excellent in this game. Now, really, it was quarters 2 and 4. Quarters 1 and 3, it was almost like he was conserving his energy, because right before the half and at the end of the game, Jordan went all out, and he was great in that game. Game 5, Michael Jordan, 13 for 27, 48.1%, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 steals, 1 block, 10 of 12 from the line, 38 points, a game score of 29.4, his second best in the series. Scottie Pippen, not so much. He goes 5 for 17, 29.4%, 10 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal, no blocks, 7 for 9 from the line. He had 17 points and a game score of 10 on the dot. So obviously, at this point, there's no basis for Scottie Pippen to be the finals MVP. And that gets us to Game 6. In Game 6, Utah was up 42-32 with 1 minute to go in the half. And this is in Chicago. They're just not playing good. They do this sometimes when they get a lead and they come home or whatever. They start to kind of play lackadaisical. I think maybe overconfident a little bit. Well, Pippen hits a 3 with 10:21 to go that cut the lead to 73-71. Utah was up 5. Pippen definitely hit a big 3. But then Pippen did not score for the rest of the game. The last 10 minutes, no points from Pippen. Michael Jordan, on the other hand, see for yourself.
Pippen for 3. Yes. Jordan. Yes. And he's tied the game at 76. Jordan. That's the second time he's blown the layup, and this time looking to extend to a 7th game. Jordan with the spin. Yes. Jordan. Yes. Here's Jordan. Did not have the shot. Kerr does. Remaining in regulation, the inbound. Pippen rolls it to Kukoc. Have won their 5th championship.
Yeah, so Jordan scored 10 of the Bulls' last 12 points before Kerr's shot. And then, of course, Kukoc got that last-second meaningless dunk. But until he got the assist to Kerr to win the series, Jordan had scored 10 of the Bulls' 12 points up to that point. Jordan had 23 points in the second half. He had a good game. Wasn't great, but it was good. Game 6. Michael Jordan went 15 for 35. That's 42.9% from the field. 11 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, 8 for 10 from the line, 39 points. His game score was 26.1. That's a very good game. Not great, but very good. Scottie Pippen was 6 for 17, 35.3%, 9 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, 3 blocks, 10 of 12 from the line. That's what saved him. 23 points, a game score of 15.1. So when you look at it from a game score standpoint, he only had 2 games over 15.1, where Michael Jordan had 5. Scottie Pippen in the last 2 games was 11 for 34. You're going to find that's about 32%, and that's not very good. And Jordan wasn't like amazing, but he was 28 for 62. I mean, he was, pretty good, shooting in the mid-40s. But in the series as a whole, Michael Jordan shot 72 for 158. That comes to 45.6%. That's solid. Not bad. Not shooting 50% like in the early 90s. Those days are over. These are new defensive schemes. The league and the pace have changed. Lower scoring games, lower field goal percentages. That's just the way it was. Michael Jordan had 42 rebounds, 36 assists, which led the team, 7 steals, 5 blocks. He was 42 for 55 from the line. Pretty good. He averaged 32.3 points a game. And Michael Jordan's 34 years old now. I thought that was excellent. 32.3 points a game. Very good. They had to have it to win this series. Michael Jordan's average game score was 23.4. So that's pretty good. 25 is considered a very good game. Anything over 30 is great. So he was just shy of very good for the whole series. Scottie Pippen, on the other hand, he was 40 for 95, 42.1%. So Jordan definitely outshot him by 3.5% and shot a lot more. He shot 60 more shots. Pippen had 50 rebounds to Jordan's 42. Got a little more than one more a game, and he's a forward. Pippen had 21 assists, 15 less than Jordan. That's supposed to be his specialty, facilitating. Pippen had 10 steals to Jordan's 7. He had 11 blocks to Jordan's 5. He was 28 for 36 at the line. Again, that's about as good as Jordan was. He averaged 20 points on the nose for the series. So again, he had a good series. It wasn't great. It wasn't even very good. It was just good. His average game score was 15.1. So 15.1 is just considered maybe a little bit better than average. The turnovers, though, Michael Jordan only had 13 turnovers. His assist to turnover ratio was 36 to 13. That's almost 3 to 1. That's really good. Scottie Pippen, though, had 21 assists to 21 turnovers. 1 to 1 is not good. And that's what kept his game score down. He actually had decent stats, shot good at times. His turnovers were just too high. But again, this is another finals. There is no base to start an argument for Scottie Pippen. I don't want to hear it about his defense. BS. I don't want to hear it. Uninterested. Michael Jordan played very good defense on Jeff Hornacek, Stockton at times, Brian Russell at times, whoever he was asked to guard. And Pippen did too. Both of them did. Good job defensively. But anyway, that's all I got for this video. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked it, please hit the like button. If you wouldn't mind sharing it, that would be great. If you haven't subscribed already, please do. I give daily content, and I will have part 6 tomorrow or the next day. Not sure yet. The final one of this series. Hopefully you guys tune in for it. And that's it. Until next time.